Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards, yay, and share some guidance for this week ahead. That's this week starting Wednesday the 6th of July through till Tuesday the 12th of July 2022. So while you're coming over, I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Wednesday the 6th of July here, and it's exactly 10:27. We've got a visitor. Do you want to say hello to our friends today? Here she is, Miss Puss. There's no sun. She's looking for sun around the place, but there's no sun today, so she's probably come to sit by the heater with me. So welcome. If you're new to watching, welcome. Please let us know if you're new so we can say hello and welcome you as well. And what I'll be doing today is using my combined Animal Kingdom Oracle cards with my Speed of Light Oracle. 110 cards in this deck that I'll be using to find the best cards for this week ahead. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So please take on board what feels right and what resonates. So I've been doing these, gosh, how long have I been doing them for? Probably 10 years maybe, and over the years the way things have been shared has changed as things change in my own lifestyle. So I, at one point for a couple of years actually, I was coming in every 2 or 3 days and pulling cards for the next couple of days, and then that changed to weekly, and then the day of the week changed. So it's good to have that flexibility and allow this really important information that resonates with some of us, hopefully you, to evolve and to change and adjust. So it's good. Right, so let's see which cards we need for this week ahead. Welcome everybody. Our theme for last week was the persistence card, where we were encouraged to be patient and persistent and not give up. In fact, there was a lot of motivation came through in last week's video. So were you getting yourself mentally motivated, self-motivating mentally, and then how did you back that up perhaps over the weekend with physical action? So we're turning now to our new reading week, Wednesday the 6th of July through till Tuesday the 12th of July, and I'm looking for the best cards that the majority of us need for this week ahead. So the best cards, I trust, will find their way to the top of the deck based on the way I choose my cards. The best cards for this week, 6th to the 12th of July 2022, are these. So I'm going to just lay them down here face down. We'll go in a rainbow shape. Rainbow, and then we'll pull 2 at the bottom. So we've got 5 Speed of Light Oracle and 3 Animal Kingdom. Let's turn them over. We're starting with, we've got a couple of featured cards already. Okay, so the first featured card is featured timing card, seasonal cycle. Up here it says to take the 3rd card from the top of the deck. So I'm going down here to card 1, 2, 3, which is this one. Oh, expanded love. Excellent. So we'll talk about that in a minute. The other featured card we have is the shaman. And this up here has further instructions which say to fan out the deck and choose a card. So I'm just going to fan out. I'm not going to think about it or even look, especially because I've got 2 different decks. And we've got the filters card. That's interesting with the shaman. So I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's start with, we've got lots actually, lots coming up for this week. Wednesday the 6th of July, we have these 2 cards have come up together for a reason. So this is a featured timing card, and it's the seasonal cycle, card 54, And it talks about a 3-month period. So basically a season, the cycle of a season. So a 3-month period. So that's between now. So let's say Wednesday, the 6th of July. So we've got all of July, all of August, all of September. So that takes us to around the 6th of October. Is this energy here is in effect. So what have you got going on at the moment, and especially on Wednesday, that is looking over these next few months? It's probably connected with this card 24, called Expanded Love. And down here it says productivity, teamwork, and holding space. So this talks about a really productive energy that it's potentially about on Wednesday. But maybe we're productively looking at what we're planning or what we're organising for these next few months ahead. There is a great energy too with this card about coming together with other people. It's usually other people of like mind. So coming together for a common interest or a common purpose or a common goal, and working together in that way to help expand your light. But also when I drew this card, I imagined this being like the earth. And these two figures here coming together with a common interest in love, with a common goal. And then it's like their energy spread out like wings around the earth and holding the earth in this protective space of love and support and upliftment. So if you've been thinking about the bigger picture in regards to what you want to be doing productively to make a difference in your life and a difference perhaps in the lives of others, or even helping with improving the world, then this is probably something you're going to be thinking about on Wednesday, or already have been. And these next couple of months are, okay, how can I make this work? Where does this fit into my life? What can I do to bring what I'm thinking about into form? So that's for Wednesday, but really for these next few months. Then we move to Thursday. We're going to go with these two guys, which is actually 3 cards for Thursday the 7th. So we've got the Owls, card 35. And down here it says the power of observation. So this is about observing and in some ways waiting and being patient. It's not saying not to proceed. It's just kind of suggesting that it's not quite the right time yet. So in other words, it might mean that the green light hasn't quite turned on. So we might be waiting for something to happen, or in this case, we're being encouraged to observe, to watch, pay attention, and observe. What are we observing? Probably what's going on around us, what's reflecting back to us, what's being triggered. What do we feel triggered by that's going on out there at the moment, especially on Thursday? Also, we are likely observing what's going on for us inside of ourselves, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. How are we doing on those levels? And maybe that's something for us to stop and pay attention to, which I talked about in yesterday's healing video. So if you missed that, please have a look, day 2 towards the healing event. And we've also got these 2 cards for Thursday, which are very interesting to come up together. We've got the Shaman and the Filters card, and we're going to look at them separately, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. The Shaman is card 17. And down here, it says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. This card just kind of keeps popping up. It comes up maybe every 2 or 3 videos that I'm doing with the weekly guidance. So you've probably seen this, a week or 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then a couple of weeks before that. This is about our private time and slipping in almost in a withdrawn sort of space into our inner place, our healing cave, for healing, for mending, and perhaps for reassessing our life or assessing where we're at. And like I've said, because this card keeps coming up, for me, when I'm in a kind of reassessment mode, which I do about once a month in general, is I'm looking at my past and my path that's led me to here. I'm looking at here, now, this moment, and where I am at this point. And then I'm looking at my future and where I feel I'm going based on where I am now. And where do I feel, does it feel like where I'm going matches with where I am now? Or does this match with the bigger plan and my truth and what I want to be creating and doing with my life? So my assessment usually consists of that past, present, future, and my assessment of that. Plus, because we've got another card with this, part of your assessment, if you feel a bit withdrawn or like you need to sort of slip away, feeling a bit antisocial, or you need that sort of quiet time, private time on Thursday, you might find this energy important. It's the filters card 26. And down here it says beliefs, cancel, delete, clarity, and awareness. Okay, so this I find represents like the rose-coloured glasses that we might wear. In fact, we often wear without realising it. They might be rose-coloured glasses where we see things or we see people in a rosy way that is not necessarily true. And on the same side, I guess, but the same sort of idea is I also feel often we wear distorting glasses, you know, like glasses that are distorting and they distort how we see things. So basically how we're viewing things and people in our life are filtered through our rose-coloured glasses, or in many cases our distorting glasses that are distorting what we think someone's agenda is, or taking something very personally because we're filtering what's going on and what we're noticing through these distorted glasses. So what we've been encouraged to really consider on Thursday in our private time, if that's something that you can manage and you're inspired to do, is to look at how things are playing out for us at this time, what we're noticing in people, our relationships, situations, and are we seeing these things and these people for how they truly are? Or are we taking things too personally? Are we jumping to conclusions? Are we making assumptions or judgments or criticisms about other people and other things that we're not qualified to make? It's like I've said a couple of days ago in that externalizing video, a couple of days ago in one of the healing ones. It's very easy to sit back and complain and judge and criticize other people. So it's probably going to be important for us, if we're ready to really sit and be in that space of, I guess it's a willingness to see how things truly are. And in that willingness to see how things truly are, there's also a need often to see that we might have been wrong about someone or wrong about something. Are we making something bigger and louder and more intense and more negative, more traumatic than it actually is? So can you give yourself permission to see others, situations, and even yourself as you truly are? Interesting. So that's for Thursday. Okay, Friday, the 8th of July, we have the Elephant card 7, and it says family commitments. So this is about the family, and we might find on Friday that there's a strong family energy around, so connecting with family members or people we consider to feel like family or a person. There's also a feeling here with the elephant that we've been encouraged to keep enduring, keep being persistent, and keep our vision, our focus, our heart on the long term and where we want to go, what we want to achieve on the long term. So there is a feeling of, you know, it's instead of the sprint, it's kind of the marathon. And it feels like the elephant is just sort of taking its time, biding its time, and just regularly committing to what needs to be done. So it makes me feel that on Friday, some of us might find that we're looking at how we can break our big goal down into doable steps, or take really consistent action. It might not be big deal things, it might not be a massive thing, but just small little things. For example, if we're writing a book, it's pretty easy to think about. We've just got to write some words down on some paper based or on the computer or whatever, depending on what the book might be about. But let's just say in general, we're putting words down. So instead of wanting to do all the words in one sitting, which is one big task. That's sort of the sprint, even though it will take a long time. Instead, we might have, say, a 6 or 12-month plan where we want to write, say, 500 words a week. So that would be more of a consistent, small steps that we're doing or taking to move towards that bigger goal. So that's the sort of feeling that's around for Friday. Let's look at breaking some things that seem big and daunting and overwhelming. These might be things we don't even want to do, a task that we don't want to face, and maybe we've been ignoring it. So what might be helpful is that we just look at it, we see it has to be done, so we might as well stop putting it off and start breaking that down into doable chunks so we can get that task done, to get that achieved, or just get that tied up and finished and completed. So that's also strong for Friday. So see how that fits for you. Now we move into Saturday, the 9th of July, and we've got the purification card, card 8. And it says cleanse, detoxification, and toxins. So this is clearing, purging, releasing, letting go. It's surrendering. It's physical clearing. So some of us may feel that we want to do like a detox in our body, lighten up on the food that we eat if we can, eat a few really fresh things, or just sort of lower our intake for the day, or I usually do that for a week or so, just to sort of reset my body and my digestive system. You might want to increase your water intake, fill your water with yummy things like fresh lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, or some tea, herbal tea, whatever you find your body responds well to. So you might find a physical cleansing really important on Saturday. If your body's been feeling heavy and sluggish, you might find it might be more of an emotional cleansing, where you probably feel awash with emotions and you just want to have a big cry and you don't know why, or maybe you do, but you just want to be awash with emotion and really let that emotion out in a safe way. Maybe for you it's more of a mental clearing, where you're realizing that your thoughts aren't supporting you and they're not healthy. So you want to clear and really look at what you're thinking, so you can pick and choose your thoughts that support you and that are healthy for you. So cleansing, purification, releasing, letting go is strong for Saturday. And not overcomplicating it either is the feeling. Okay, Sunday, the 10th of July, we have Rosemary Card 20, and she says beauty, self-love, kindness, and balance. She came up recently, and she's very much about reminding us to look within. So reconnecting with ourselves, reconnecting with our hearts, and nurturing who we are. So we might find Sunday, at least part of Sunday, if we can find the time, our self-care might be quite important, where we look at nurturing and supporting ourselves, doing things that are gentle and support us, and really assess our balance and how in balance or out of balance we might be, and then take the steps we need to get back into balance again if we feel out of balance. But that self-care is likely going to be quite important on Sunday. Okay, Monday the 11th of July, we have the sad stag, and it's card 49, and down here it says lost, help, guide, path, and discouraged. So this is the sad stag. I class as the sad stag. There's another stag that's not quite so sad, but this one is sad. So there's this feeling probably for some of us on Monday, and it may be there over the weekend. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is sort of happening or brewing or shifting or moving over the weekend. And by the time we get to Monday, we might feel quite discouraged. We might feel quite lost and wonder if we're on the right path. Have we taken a wrong turn? Have we gone backwards? Is our path way over there and we're just lost in the jungle somewhere? That might be the sort of energy that we feel over the weekend, and most likely on Monday too. So there's one really important thing for us to remember about our path. And our path, and you can probably feel this is true as I say it for you, if you feel it to be true, and resonate. Your path, our path, is always under our feet. It can never be anywhere else because it's our path. And wherever our feet are, our path is just underneath our feet. So it's our mind, our lower mind, that makes us think that we have done something wrong. We've gone backwards. We've taken a wrong turn. We've off track. Our path's way over there and we're lost. We're drowning out here. We're been strangled and constricted by this jungle. So our mind, our lower mind, our wounded self makes us think that we've done something wrong, that we're off track. When in truth, we can never be. We can never be off our path because it is our path and there is only one place it can ever be, and that's down there. So when we realize that truth, that can help give us some perspective and recognize that we just need to get our mind back from wherever it's been kind of taking us, get our mind back into alignment with our body so we can get back on track again. So as sad and discouraging as the energy is of this card, it's actually quite revealing because this is important information. If you've been feeling off track or out of balance for a while, how can you look at this from a different perspective and maybe recognize that your lower mind is almost playing tricks with you? So in truth, you're on path, you're on track. So don't be discouraged and see if you can get yourself back here into your body. And maybe some connection with your body might be important. So some grounding, some doing physical things, which is pretty much what grounding is. Some time in nature if you're inspired to, and definitely some self-care time may be important too, so that we can reconnect back with our body, which will then bring our mind back on board and bring us back into alignment with ourselves. Often the key here is reconnecting back with our body. So some exercise, some walking, soaking in the bathtub, giving yourself a massage, rubbing your legs or your feet, and just reconnecting back with your body. So that's for Monday. Now Tuesday, the 12th of July, we have focus. So this feels like something shifted. Can you feel now the strength here in our body? So this is really highlighting that, especially over Saturday, Sunday and Monday, that we may find it very helpful to reconnect with our body and to look at how we really truly feel about our body. And if we don't feel that good about it, then what can we do to change that perspective, to change what we think about ourselves or what we think about our body, so we can make peace and become friends with our body. This is card 38, focus, and it says holding position, timing and growth. And there is a strength in the physical body coming in here. So this highlights that importance of connecting with our body over the weekend to ground us and connect us. This is holding position and holding true to our truth, to our body and what is important for us. We know, or we are the ones that walked our path, and we know, hopefully we know what's led us to here, the choices that we've made, the decisions that we've made to get to this point. You know, I often feel very lucky that I'm at this point in my life, but I also have to remind myself the reality that yes, luck has played a bit of a part in it. But I am at this point in my life because I've made big decisions and choices in my life, as we all have. And I own and take responsibility for those. And luckily for me, they have been good ones that have led me to this really nice point in my life. So this card's also suggesting that there may be, or highlighting there may be naysayers or people throwing their opinions onto us or their judgments about our life. Or we may feel that coming in from others. So it's important for us to stand true and stand tall and hold our position at this time on Tuesday. So if you're wavering on something and you're being influenced by other people's opinions or judgments, it might be important for you to just make sure you're really connected with your body so that you can feel strong in yourself. Strong, courageous, powerful in who you are. Our confidence, a lot of that is held when we connect, when we're connected and aligned with our body. and we're feeling comfortable in our skin and comfortable with who we are. It doesn't mean we're perfect. Hopefully we're always sort of looking at how we can improve and better ourselves based on the person that we were yesterday or last week or last year. So hold strong in our body on Tuesday, but this all seems to be pointing, so from Saturday, Sunday, Monday through till Tuesday, feels to be very highlighted around our body. So what does your body need? Are you supporting your body? Are you looking after it? Are you nurturing it? Are you abusing it? Physically, emotionally, mentally? Are you filling it up with foods and things that don't make your body feel good? Then why? Why do you keep doing that? So these types of things may be highlighted over those few days to make sure that we really are looking after our body and to stop abusing our body on any level. Because once our body's gone, that's it for us here in the physical. So we need to support our body so that we can continue to survive and continue to live here in this place. So thank you so much. I trust this resonates. I am going to pull a theme card in just a minute. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have resonated with this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. So we've got a few things coming up. We've got our 12-hour healing event tomorrow. And the theme is restoration. So I'm really excited to be diving into that tomorrow. So I won't be in for a 7/7 healing event on the page. I'll be doing our 12-hour healing event all day long. Can't wait. So that's tomorrow. If you want to join in, you can register on my website. Art class is coming up on next Friday the 15th, and we're looking at the throat chakra, so that's going to be interesting. And my next card reading club is also on the 15th of July. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I've had people following my work who didn't know that I'd written books. I've got about 10 books that I've written. Please have a look on my website. I've got my card decks that I've made, pendants, earrings, artwork, meditations, supportive services, lots of things, too many to list off now. But please have a look on my website if you would love to support my work or if you get something out of my videos. So let's look for the best card now for the theme. The theme card will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. So the best theme card for Wednesday the 6th of July through till Tuesday the 12th of July 2022 is this card here. Thank you. Oh, we have a featured card. So it's the medicine pouch, and up here it has further instructions which say to fan the deck and pull another card. So we've got this card, the butterfly. Fantastic. Okay, we've got these two cards have come up for our theme. There's heaps of featured cards this week. So let's look at them separately, then we'll look at their relationship together. Medicine pouch, card 54. It says resources, gather, knowledge, and collect. This is about collecting, saving, gathering. So most likely it's connected with finances. So if you're finding yourself gathering, saving finances for whatever reason, to put yourself out of debt, to save for something, whatever you might be doing, then this is highlighting that need this week to really look at our savings, look at the resources that we are gathering. Now, sometimes too, we're gathering other types of resources, which could be knowledge. If we're learning something new, for example, we might be gathering tools to use for our craft or our skill or our work, that sort of thing. So whatever it is, this feels like a gathering, almost a squirreling away energy this week in regards to our resources. Now, connecting with that, but on its own, is card 2, the butterfly, and it simply says joy. This is getting back to basics, it's simplicity, it's simply joy. Now, you might have a different word you'd prefer to use than joy, and that's okay. The butterfly also highlights transformation, growth, freedom. And together with this other card with the medicine pouch, this is likely about the gathering of our resources so that we can free ourselves, so that we can feel and move into a space of freedom. That it's almost like empowering. So it feels like a power. We have a power in our ability, for one, saving finances. It could be just a tiny bit you're squirreling away. And it reminds me now of that elephant when I was talking about writing a book, and we might write a small amount each week or each day to get to the bigger goal of finishing a book. So what if there is something that you want to be free of, whether it be rent, mortgage, debt, things that are a financial burden to you? May be important and may be great energy this week to sit down with your budget and what you've got coming in, your income, and look at what you can squirrel away so that you can take your power back and move into a space of freedom, financial freedom. It may not be something that happens quickly, depending on your situation and what's going on for you there, but this is a great incentive to collect and gather your resources. And the power in that is huge. I remember that moment like 12 years ago where we were renting. And I was like, the landlord's driving me crazy. This is not our place. They keep wanting to do inspections. You know, there was just this disconnect from the home. And I was complaining about it. Then one day I just sort of woke up and I'm like, why am I sitting here complaining about it when I could actually start doing something about it today? So from that day, I started squirreling away a percentage of the income that came in. It was like 5%. So it was a tiny amount. I didn't even really notice. And I just started dedicating and committing to that. And I still put that percentage aside even to this day. So it was a great new habit I set up for myself and gave me power. Because it's very powerless feeling to go from paycheck to paycheck, as we all know. So if you're sick of feeling ill because of your financial situation, this is just as an example, it doesn't have to be finances, then this week is very favorable to look closely and honestly at your income, at your financial situation, and look at the things that make you feel ill, that don't support you, that don't empower you. And what steps can you start taking today to work towards your financial freedom? So now, 12 years on, so we ended up saving all that little bit of money I squirreled away for years, ended up becoming a deposit for a house. And then we stayed in that house for 7 years, just sold it, and now we are mortgage free. So this was like over a 12-year something period, which is very short compared to, like my ancestors. Very amazing opportunity that we've had with the housing market increase has worked in our favour. But, I think this is a great example of it takes time, but let's stop giving our power away to that which we're not have any control over, especially in regards to finances. So this is a very powerful week to really look at this sort of stuff and to get back in charge of the resources that we do have or have access to. So I trust this resonates with you. I'm going to take a photo of the spread. There's tons of cards here, so I'll share that. And have a great week. I will be back a bit later at some stage for the next healing video, which is 1 day to go to our healing event. So I will be back in a couple of hours. Take care of yourself. Have a great week ahead, and maybe I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.